because first impressions fucking matter. What's going on, Mama Familia? I'm coming at you guys with another episode of the Wake Up with the Wolf podcast. I fucked up Familia there a little bit, guys, because I'm trying to add Portuguese words into way more than I'm speaking, because a little thing that you guys might not know that I'm going to share with you guys right now during this podcast episode is I'm in the midst of trying to learn Portuguese. So me and Julia are sitting down and we're spending 15 minutes a day. And we're just going through this new app I have. I'm actually going to pull it up right now so I can tell you guys what it is. It's called Duolingo, if you guys are watching this. And the reason why I'm trying to learn Portuguese right now is because my dad is actually from Portugal. So I'm 50% Portuguese. And I found out that because he just got his residency again, he's actually became a quote unquote permanent resident of Portugal again. He's got his card and everything. If I learn Portuguese, because technically I'm his 50% Portuguese because I'm his son, he was born there, I can become a resident of Portugal. I get a full passport, I get a full health card, all of that stuff for Portugal. And then I could technically, even during this COVID crap, just go to Portugal and live there instead of living in Canada. So it's very high up on my priority list right now. So if I throw out some words, all right, that sound like not English, it's because I'm trying to speak Portuguese and I suck at both. So I'm probably going to butcher it. So before we get into today's episode, guys, I want to first off thank you guys so much for the support. I've been getting so many messages lately, not only from people who are listening to the podcast live with me every day. I see you guys. I appreciate you guys. But from people who are actually listening to the episodes. It's fucking awesome. I love it. I kind of wanted to just read this one review from Jen Fitness that she left on the Apple Podcast website, because I love seeing the reviews popping up there, guys. So thank you so much for leaving them. I just want to read this one. So she said, I love that Cole doesn't sugarcoat anything. He straight up tells me exactly how it is. This podcast is giving me so much guidance. I'm seeing results already just by implementing a few things I've learned in the podcast so far. Hell yes. And I fucking love it. When I read that this morning, it made me super happy, because that is the entire intention behind this podcast. I just kind of want to tell you guys about my experiences, my outlook on life, to help you either mentally or business-wise in your own ventures. All right. So basically, guys, we're going to be talking about how to improve your social media's first impression. So we're going to get into this right away here. Now, as you guys know, you've heard me say in the past, your social media as an online entrepreneur, especially as an online fitness coach, is your business card. All right. It's your resume, and it's the people that are looking at you, your clients, the prospects, the potential clients, first look into your business. So it needs to make a good first impression. It's not a good thing if it does, all right? It's not like ideal, it needs to, all right? So if you're listening to this, either on the podcast app itself, all right, or on any of the live streams, I do want to let you guys know that on Clubhouse at the end of this podcast, I'm actually going to open up a live Q&A to help as many people as I can optimize their social medias. I don't know how many people we'll get through, but if you're listening to this on the podcast app or on TikTok or on Instagram, make sure you guys are looking into getting Clubhouse. I know that it's going to be rolled out to Android users soon, so stay tuned with that. I know it's going to be a great time. All right. Now, guys, we're just going to get right into it. We're going to dive into the first 3 things you need to look at in order to improve your social media's first impression. All right. Now, if you guys are with me right now and you can, go look at your social medias while I'm speaking, that's going to probably give you the best benefit to this. All right. So try to close down this video. If you have a second phone, maybe you're on Clubhouse, look at your social medias while I'm going over these tips, because I know that if you pay attention to what I'm saying here, you're going to get value from this. All right. The first thing to look at, guys, all right, the first thing that you need to basically address is your bio and your profile photo. All right. Again, we're trying to make a good first impression. And your profile photo needs to look inviting, and it needs to emulate who the fuck you are as a person right away. All right. This is why I say to a lot of our clients and to a lot of you guys, I know a lot of you guys have already heard me say this in the past, your profile photo needs to preferably be professionally done or taken by a photographer, or just edited well utilizing Lightroom. All right. You guys shouldn't have a blurry ass zoomed out photo as your profile photo. All right. You need to be utilizing a photo that matches the platform. You need to be utilizing a photo that looks fucking good. All right. Side note as well, this is just another thing that I'm going to throw out there. If you guys haven't used Clubhouse yet, you could disregard this next point. But if you are on Clubhouse, stop using your Clubhouse photos as Instagram photos. People already know who the fuck you are when they come to your page. You don't have to have your name and your username and on the name on the Instagram bio and on your goddamn photo. Pick a photo that matches the platform here. All right. So sit down, look at your photo, and ask yourself, does this emulate who I am? Does this match my personality? All right. Does it look inviting? Does it look good? Am I smiling? Is it blurry? Is it clear? All right. Is it too zoomed out that you can't even see my face? Or is it too zoomed in that you can't see anything else other than your eyes? Your photo needs to look good and professional. All right. Think about it like a resume. And now after we've got a solid photo, when you guys are looking at your social medias right now, all right, I want you to now look at your bio. Let's move on to your bio. All right. Your bio and your photo is the first step. All right. If you guys run an actual business off your Instagram, you need to explain. All right. You need to explain that shit in your bio. Your bio needs to reflect that. I understand that you want to add random fucking words in your bio because I see people do it all the time. They add things like wanderer with a fucking, what are those things called? Like a magic crystal ball, or music lover with some music notes. I get that. All right. You're adding your personality. I understand it to a certain degree. However, if you want to run a successful business off your Instagram, get that shit out of your bio. Have your bio mean something. Have your bio reflect what your business is. All right. I get that we want to add our own personal touch and we want to share who we are, but your bio has a limited amount of characters and you want to be utilizing those characters to tell who you are. All right. If you guys take a look at my bio, all right, Cole Lewis De Silva on Instagram. All right. It's very clear. All right. My username is Cole Lewis De Silva. It's my fucking name. My name underneath my profile photo that I picked that matches my personality. All right. Says Cole the Wolf De Silva because every single one of my clients and loyal followers call me the Wolf. All right. Then when you look at my bio, it reflects what I do and it reflects what I'm about. All right. The first line says CEO of Success Motivation because that's basically what I focus on posting on my TikTok and my Reels. It's what I'm very passionate about right now. It's what I want to help people with. All right. Then the next line breaks down what I do business wise. All right. Helping PTs break 10K a month. Drop 10K in my DMs for more info or apply below. It's very clear on what I do and how I can help you. And then it says under that line, the third line, it's got two hands pointing down and it says clothing, comma, podcasts, comma, coaching. All right. And then it brings you to my solo.to link in my bio. I can do a whole new podcast talking about why I do solo.to and not Linktree, but I'm going to avoid that right now. I just want to focus on the bio itself. All right. The reason why I have everything broken down the way I do is because I want it very clear about what my Instagram represents. All right. CEO of Business Motivation. All right. I want our success motivation. I want people to know what they're looking at when it comes to my Reels, when it comes to my TikToks. By the way, my TikTok and my Instagram bio and profile photo are the exact same. Branding needs to be fucking clear across the board. The reason why I have the last line as clothing, podcast, coaching is because I want to give people an opportunity to find this podcast through my link. I want to give people the opportunity to apply for my coaching through my link. And I want to give people the opportunity to find my clothing through my link because I'm very passionate about fashion. I have my own clothing brand. I'm trying to get it started right now. Side note for everybody who likes to support Amrock Aesthetics, I'm actually getting the new custom samples on the 15th. I'm super fucking amped up right now, but I want to give people the opportunity to find that shit. So my profile photo is clear. All right. My bio is clear. If you guys are looking at your own social medias right now, like I told you to, and yours is not clear, if it's generic, all right, if it looks boring, we got to optimize this. All right. This is the first step you need to make in order to make sure that your profile photo and your bio and your social media makes a good impression. And then a little bonus tip for everybody who is on Instagram, because this is going to be more focused towards Instagram bios, even though you can do all of this on Facebook as well. And I suggest you do, is make sure your highlights look good. All right. I just updated my highlights yesterday. All right. Because I didn't like the way they looked anymore. But now when you look at the highlights, on my page, not only do they tell a little bit about who I am, all right, it shares my YouTube, which mostly has like vlogs on it. It's got a wifey highlight because I want to share Julia. Right. I like to celebrate the fact that I'm married. So it's got a bunch of fucking highlights and photos and videos of me and her. And then the rest is about business, my podcast, my clients, my wins. All right. And everything is branded around me. It's got a white and gray background that matches my branding. And then it's got a black foreground photo that's very specific to what that highlight is about. So that's the first step. All right. Yeah, that was long as fuck. That took like 7 or 8 minutes to break down, but we're going to make sure that your guys' social medias make a good fucking impression moving forward. So that's number one. Everybody write that shit down or look at your own social medias and make a calculated decision on whether your guys' social media looks bad or good. Number one is your profile photo, your bio, and your highlights. Make sure all of it looks good. That's your first step in making sure you're making a good first impression. The second step, write it down, is the quality of your content. All right, now I'm not talking about the captions, all right, or what you're putting on your videos, etc. I'm talking about the quality of your photos and the quality of your videos. You need to realize that social media is a very shallow fucking place. I've said this multiple times in the past, and I know a lot of people don't like to believe it, and they don't like to hear that it's true. All right, but this is why shredded people who are usually shredded as fuck, do amazing on social media, because social media is about attention. Social media is a shallow place. You only get a couple seconds to draw somebody's attention in. All right, so someone who looks amazing or somebody who has very high quality content is going to get that attention. All right, the quality of your photos and videos need to be high level because, again, you only have a couple seconds. Think about it for a minute, guys. I don't want you to think about yourself scrolling through social media. I know what I am. I'm legit. Like, you need to capture my attention in maybe 3 seconds. Maybe 3 seconds. Because I'm just scrolling. All right, I'm doing it for another reason. Usually when I scroll through social media, I'm doing it intentionally because I want to take inspiration from people's content. But there's times where I just aimlessly scroll because I just like surfing social media. I'm open to admit that. And when I'm scrolling, when I'm just aimlessly scrolling, all right, you maybe have 3 seconds to capture my attention. And if I scroll and see a nasty, blurry, shitty fucking photo taken in the mirror, guess what? I ain't reading your fucking caption. All right, I'm not going into what your message is. All right, and I'm not saying every single photo needs to be photo shoot level quality, but I'm telling you that from what I've seen happen to other people's accounts and from my personal experience over the last 2.5 months of growing my Instagram and TikTok, quality fucking matters. All right. Nobody wants to read a huge long post that gives away the golden ticket to achieving your goals if it's attached to a nasty, dirty ass bathroom pic. I'm sorry. And the reason why I'm being harsh right now with that is because I'm seeing a lot of you entrepreneurs, a lot of you fitness coaches have such an intense message. You guys are so knowledgeable. You guys have so much value to give away. But you put no time into the quality of your content, and then nobody ever fucking reads your content. So you guys get frustrated. You're like, well, dude, I'm giving away everything. Like, I'm giving away so much value on a daily basis, but nobody's reading my content. It's because your photos and videos fucking suck. All right, they look like shit. And yeah, I'm going to be harsh with you guys right now, and I'm not going to sugarcoat anything because you guys need to hear it. Take pride in your fucking content. All right, think about your social media like the clothes you put on. All right, your photos like the clothes you put on. When you were going to work as a 9-to-5 employee, you are wearing clean clothes. You are wearing clothes that's either uniformed or that at least look good. All right, well, now look at your social media. Your photos are your clothes. You're dressing up a caption. That's basically what a photo is. You're dressing up a caption on Instagram. Well, if your photo looks like fucking ass, nobody cares what the caption is. So that's the second step. If you want to make sure your social media has a good first impression, the quality of your photos and your videos need to be raised. Whether it's you doing photo shoots or just learning how to utilize your iPhone camera better, all right, your page needs to look good. All right, you can do this by, again, photo shoots, self shoots with a camera, utilizing Lightroom and editing app. You could brand it utilizing carousels and covers and quote cards. I don't care. Just make sure it looks fucking good. All right. Because I want all of you entrepreneurs, fitness coaches, etc., to be able to deliver your message, because I know there's a lot of knowledgeable people out there that are getting overlooked because less knowledgeable people are putting time into their content creation. And number 3, the third step is a little bit more in depth. All right. It's kind of like putting that last nail into the coffin. All right. To make sure that somebody hits that follow button and to make sure that somebody actually starts absorbing your content. You need to have a sweet balance between value, proof, and connection content, and you need to improve your writing skills. All right, now I'm not going to go super in depth on value, proof, and connection content because I talked about that on yesterday's podcast. All right, so if you guys want to hear the full breakdown on how to produce that content and what that content entails, make sure you go listen to yesterday's podcast. But you need to be improving the way you write your content on a daily basis. And guys, it's hard. I'm going to be open with you. It's hard. All right. As a lot of you guys know who've listened to this podcast, you probably heard Brian Mark speak on this podcast before, and myself speak on his, because we're best friends and we're business partners. He is an amazing writer. I fucking hate writing. But I realize that if you want to make a good impression on social media, you need to be good at writing. All right. I love being on video, and that's actually a blessing that I've found recently, that I've found my flow on videos, and I can produce the same message as I would writing, but I still produce written content because 80% of the people on social media don't watch videos with the sound on. All right. So writing a piece of content is going to deliver that message in a more in-depth way. All right. And the reason why it's the last nail in the coffin, right? The reason why it's that last nail and the reason why it's the last point I want to touch on is because if you have a great profile photo, all right, an amazing bio that's very clear and concise, all right, the quality of your content is incredibly high, all right, people are going to be interested in what your message is right away, because they're going to open up your social media and they're going to be like, wow, this is a professional page, right? It looks really fucking good. I know what this person's about. And then because they're interested, if they open up your post and you've put in the time in to get good at writing, if you've put in the time in to get good at delivering an in-depth, value-packed message, people are way more likely to hit that follow button. People are way more likely to hit that like, to hit that follow, to hit that share, to hit that comment, to become a paying fucking client. The first impression is everything. All right. And the reason why I bring this up right now is because to do a little mental exercise, all of you listening to this right now, whether it's live with me or on the replay, I want you to think about someone you don't like because of their first impression. Maybe you've only met them once, but that first impression was incredibly bad. I know we can all think of somebody like that. Maybe they were dressed like shit. Maybe they carried themselves a bad way. Fuck, guys, I usually deliver a bad first impression at the beginning because not a lot of people like my tough love attitude. Not a lot of people like that I say fuck every third fucking word. But I'm not going to change, obviously. But there's people who have a very bad taste in their mouth based on how I act because of that first impression. Because first impressions fucking matter. So by doing these 3 things, all right, as an online fitness coach, especially by looking at your profile photo, looking at your bio and looking at your highlights and branding all of it, by looking at the quality of your content and improving it, and by looking at your captions and improving the way you write them and how you deliver your message, your first impression is going to be incredibly high, which in tune should bring you more paying clients. If you run a business off your social media, this is a fucking need. You should be doing this today. You should be taking the time to revamping your first impression today. Because it's that fucking important. And guys, that brings us to the end of this episode of the Wake Up with the Wolf podcast. I am now going to do an open Q&A on Clubhouse. So if you are on Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok, I appreciate y'all, but I am out right now. Love y'all. Peace.